Hello and welcome back to Let's Code Physics. We are continuing with our Ticket to Ride route generator. We ran into an issue at the end of last episode where I was trying to get the code to guarantee that the first route that you draw is a long route, being worth more than 19 points. And while, or 19 or more points, so more than 18 points. And while when I play without any of the restrictions, I seem to get a lot of long routes, really the truth is I don't get all that many. And I think the reason that it kept looping and looping and looping is because it simply didn't draw any long routes, and not because of any conditions I had placed in there. When you think about it, when you've got the map of Europe here, that looks like Europe, right? Here is Spain, here is Erzurum, here's London, up here is Petrograd, over here is Copenhagen. When you think about it, if the code draws a city somewhere in the middle here, so say Zurich, there's really no cities out there that are able to have a point value of 19 or higher, right? It has to start. So that one's no good. It's got to start somewhere along the edge, right? So with that first city is really determining whether it can even possibly be a long route. So what I need to do is I need to evaluate whether a city is even viable for a long route. So what I need to do is I need to add in a check to this first one here, and I need to do it in such a way that that it only applies to the first one. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it so that IR starts at 2 here, so it's not going to worry about IR not being equal to 1 here anymore. We're just going to take this, paste it up here for using later. And we're going to get rid of these IR not equal to 1 business. So in other words, we're going to treat the first draw as different than the other ones. Cool. Yeah, that'll still work there. Actually, I don't have an IR down here reference, do I? Okay, yeah, actually, I can get rid of that. There we go. Guarantees route isn't too easy. Yeah, I can get rid of that there. Okay, cool. Okay, because that one, it should apply to all of them, actually. Just thought of that. So what I need to do here is I need to set up first draw a long route. Cool. So this is ultimately going to be the final check, is if points is less than 19, then it's going to go back. So let's set this up here. So let's think about this. I need for the code, I need to be able to tell the code which cities are safe for that first, being the first city in the first draw, right? What I need to do is I need to evaluate whether there are cities that are viable, right? So let's do this. Let's have it draw a random city. IC1 equals rand range from 1 to n cities. Right? So it's picking a city at random. Okay. And then what I need it to do is I needed to evaluate which cities are viable long routes for that. So let's call this viable routes. We'll make this a list. We'll start it out with nothing in it, well, with 0 in it, and we won't reference that. And then let's do this. Let's take I check equal to 1. And then we'll have while I check is less than length of in cities, just like I have down here. Yeah, much like I have down here. Except that actually needs to, excuse me, less than in cities. I think, yeah, that's the number of cities there. Cool, so while I check is less than number of cities, then let's do this. Let's evaluate the distance between them. So let's take distance equals, and then I can do the same calculation here. Copy, paste. Only instead of IC2, which I haven't defined yet, let's make that an I check. IC2, I check. Okay, cool, so that evaluates the distance. So now we'll say, oh, and then I need the points because the distance doesn't, the absolute value, the actual value of distance doesn't matter. It's the points that I care about. And I suppose I could turn that into a single calculation, but I might want distance by itself later on. So I'll say if points is greater than 19, then what I can do is I can add that city to the viable list, right? So I can take viable routes. Actually, this isn't viable routes, this is viable cities. Viable cities dot append. We're going to add to that cities of iCheck. And that way, viable cities has all the same attributes as cities. It'll have the name, it'll have the X location, it'll have the Y location. That way I don't have to, reference back and forth a bunch of things. It'll just be that city gets stored in there. Okay, cool. Then I need an iCheck equals iCheck plus 1. Save. Okay, cool. So, awesome. Let's see here. So then what I need to do is I need to check whether any cities came out of there, right? So let's see here. So while iCheck is less than n cities, so here's what we'll do. If length of viable vialbe cities is less than 2, because it's going to be equal, it's going to have a length of 1 from up here, right? So if I didn't add any viable cities, then we say let's define a new logical variable good start equals false. No, let's not call it that. Because what I need is I need a loop up here so that this whole thing will continue. So let's define a let's call it first draw equals true, and then we'll say while first draw, and then we'll indent this whole thing. All right, so this thing is requiring a separate logic in and of itself, this whole first route business. So while first draw, which is currently true, so if it's less than 2, then first draw didn't work out. Oh, so actually I only want to change it when it's greater than 2. So if it's greater than 2, meaning it worked, then we take first draw and set it equal to false. That'll cause us to exit the while loop, right? And then you can, I don't need this anymore, I don't think. No, because now I've got the check already built in. Then what you can do is you can do routes.append, copy, and then I need this piece here. Then you'll do routes.append, IC1, and iCheck. Oh, actually not iCheck. I want that to be, I do want that one to be a random one. Okay. Then what I can do is I can say IC2 is rand range, and this is going to be between 1 and the length of viable cities minus 1, because the length of an array, if you have 5 viable cities, the length of the array is going to be 6. The last thing is going to be indexed as 5 because it starts counting at 0. Okay. IC2 is rand range between those two, and then routes.append. I just do the same thing as before, and I do the same thing here as before. Cool. So let's check out let's go back over the logic here. First draw is true, so it's going to start out trying to do a first draw. IC1 is equal to rand range 1 to n cities. Okay, just like before, just like it does down here. And then it sets up a list of viable cities, sets iCheck, while iCheck is less than n cities. This needs to be unindented by 1 because it's going to go through here. That sets up the list of viable cities, which means points that are, greater than or equal to 19. I think we should allow 19 in there. And so then we've got if the length is greater than 2, meaning we found a viable city, then you set first draw equal to false. You're ready to exit the loop. Okay, and then the rest should be fine, because the rest is going to start at IR less equal to 2, and it's only going to check that the route is greater than 5 and less than 17. Cool. All right, I think that'll fix that. Invalid syntax. Well, of course it's not going to fix it if I put the wrong syntax. All right, let's go with 2 players. We're going to have Leonard. Let's put him in easy mode. Okay, that didn't work. It gave me Constantinople to Athens at 7 points only. Let's see. If points is greater than or equal to 19. Okay, so that didn't work. See if I can get any more insight into this. Sheldon. Let's give him normal mode. That didn't work either. Okay. There we go. Okay, so let's double check this. Okay, so I need to put in some print statements to find out what's going on here. So first draw equals true while first draw. All right, so let's do this. We're going to say print for me, please. Points equals points, comma. Right, because it'll go IC1 while first underscore draw. First draw is going to stay true unless the length of viable underscore cities is greater than that. So then let's do this. Let's say print. Oh, I see what I did wrong. I see what I did wrong. My logic is good. My variables are not. This needs to be viable cities for IC2. Oh, and the points needs to be reevaluated. Yes, yes, yes. Copy, paste, IC2. Yeah, so I didn't quite finish the I finished the logic. I didn't really finish the task. Do I get points for that or something? Are y'all keeping track of points? So it does routes.append IC1. Oh, here's a problem. Here's the problem is that IC2 is given in terms of viable cities. Okay. I gotta figure out a way to fix that now. Oh, except I don't need to worry about that. And the reason I don't need to worry about that is because it won't draw a long, oh wait, it will draw a long route again for hard mode. Okay. So I gotta figure out a way to, I have to figure out a way to keep track of the original index from the cities list. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, actually, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do the thing that I didn't want to do, which is viable cities is going to keep track of the index of viable cities, or indices of viable cities. Indices of viable cities! Sounds cool, doesn't it? Distance, cities. Let's see here. Then this needs to just become iCheck. Right, okay. And so now, that's fine. But this one now needs to be viable cities of IC2. Right, because now this is saying, okay, this was, okay, so IC2 is keeping track of which viable city it is. So if you've got 5 viable cities, like say you've got 2, 4, 10, 18, 19. Index 1 is going to correspond to 2, index 2 is going to correspond to 4, index 3 is going to correspond to 10, index 4 is going to correspond to 18, index 5 is going to correspond to 19 for the original city list. Okay. And so what I need down here is, oh, why don't I tell you what, we can make, actually, let's make this easier on ourselves. Let's just rename IC2 viable cities of IC2. Right, so that way IC2 draws, so this line here is the IC2 equals rand range, draws a random number from among the viable cities options, so you got 5, and then it says, okay, now store in IC2 the actual city number, the 1 through 47, however many there are up above. Let's see, routes dot append, and then the rest is fine. Okay, cool, and that's reevaluating the points. It's getting cities. Okay, let's give that a try again. Give me 2 players, please. Give me Brian. Put me on normal mode, please. Uh-oh. Index list out of range. What happened there? Here are your first 4 routes. So it got this one. Oh. This needs to go back to being cities. Excuse me. 5. 3 players. Brian. Going to go in normal mode. Okay, that is working. I'm going to be playing with Leonard and Sheldon here. Leonard in easy mode. Okay, that worked out fine. Sheldon in hard mode. Ooh, okay, that worked out there. That worked out there. Let's try a few of these. Good. Good. Yes, good. Yes, good. Yes, good. Si bueno. Si bueno. Si bueno. Sheldon even got a 21 pointer there. Did you see that? Here he got a 20 pointer. Wow, Sheldon's playing hardcore there, man. Okay, cool. So we finally got normal and hard mode actually finally straightened out. I think I've still got enough time in this episode. Let's try adding in the easy mode. Let's do this. Let's see here. This is going to be the first one that they draw, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to go into this part before it picks the random. So I want the easy mode to be you have a ticket and they have another ticket. I want it to be that one of these 2 cities has a 50% chance of being one of these 2 cities. And here's how I want to do that. This is the part that I've actually been thinking about. The rest I've been kind of making up as I go, but this one I have a pretty good idea of how to do. Let's do this. So let's say if difficulty equals 1, right? So if difficulty is 1, you're in easy mode. So here we're going to say 50% chance for easy mode to give duplicate city. Okay, so what this is going to do is we're going to say easy is going to be a rand range. Let's see here. These need to be ints, or do I want to just do rand? Oh gosh, then I have to remember what rand does. Easier. I think it's easier to do 0 to 100. 0 to 100 or 1 to 100? 0 to 100 has an odd number. 1 to 100 has an even number. Okay. So let's say if easy is less than 51, right? So if it's 1 to 50, then we'll make it easy on them, right? They get a duplicate city. They easy mode gets a duplicate city. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say, how do I want to do this? Let's see here. Okay. I think the way I want to do this is, the way I need to is record what the values were of IC1 and IC2 before. So let's put in IC1 last equal IC1, IC2 last equal to IC2. So I need to save those because this needs to set IC1, the new IC1, equal to one of these 2. And actually, let's split it up this way. Let's say if it's less than 25, then IC1 equals IC1 last. Else if easy is less than 50. So in other words, if it didn't reach 25, if it's between 25 and 50, then IC1 equals IC2 last, just so there's still a little bit of randomness to it. Oh, actually, I don't want this to go under here, do I? I want this to go up here, this part. Let's see here. Let's have it do it this way. This is going to duplicate some of the calculations, but let's have it do this. It'll calculate IC1 and then it'll evaluate the difficulty and go on with that. Because, well, no, I don't need to do that. I can make this more elegant, right? Otherwise, it needs to do that, and if difficulty doesn't equal 1, then it needs to do that. Is there a way to set it up to where it goes to this regardless of what happens with these two? I'd probably have to move that up there. There's probably a smoother way to organize that, but there we go. Cool. So this is saying that you've got a 50% chance of easy mode to give duplicate city. Easy mode gets duplicate city. Copy. Easy mode gets duplicate city. Cool. I think that should work. Let's put everybody into easy mode. So we're going to try Leonard is in easy mode. Uh-oh. Rand is not defined. Rand is not, rand between. Rand range, excuse me. Rand range, there we go. I meant to change it back, forgot to. Is anybody still running here? I think there was somebody running there. We'll exit just in case. F5. 4, let's go with Leonard. We're going to put everybody in easy mode now and see how many matches we get. Okay, we got a match of Danzig. We got a match of Danzig. Cool. And that happened 2/3 of the time. All right, so let's do a little count here, see if we actually get 50% of the time. So I've got 2 matches and 1 non-match, right? Because this first one doesn't count because it's being drawn randomly. Enter. Sheldon, for the sake of science, Sheldon, you're going to go into easy mode. All right, I've got 2 matching and 1 not matching. Raj, easy mode. I got 1 match and 2 not matches. All right, I got a match for Edinburgh. I didn't get Vine here or Edinburgh. I didn't get Smolensk or Moskva down there. Okay. Enter, and finally Howard. Hard mode. No, easy mode. All right, he got. So actually, technically, this Petrograd matches with that one, but it's not because of the code. It's because it randomly drew Petrograd twice. That's funny. So we got 2 matches and 1 match. So we got a total of 2, 4, 6, 7 matches and 2, 3, 4, 5 non-matches. For a small sample size like that, that's a pretty good match, I think. We can keep going, right? Leonard. Oh, wait, I haven't implemented it there. That's right. I need to implement it in the next section. Cool. So here we're going to copy this. This seemed to work well. Okay. And I need to put this in place of the IC1 equals rand range, right? Yep, there's my IC1 equals rand range. Paste. And now I need to indent that over because this is inside another loop. Backspace. There we go. All right, let's give that a try. We'll have 4 players. We're going to have... Oh, let's make this one a little bit different. I'm going to put myself in this one. If my keyboard will type. Oh, there it goes. What's going on? Oh, my screen is changing because it's sunset and my flux is kicking in. Let's mute that for the sake of the viewers. Disable for an hour. There we go. Okay. Brian. And I'm going to go into easy mode. Okay, I got a couple matches there. Cool. All right. And actually, yeah, let's keep track of it. So let's see. I got 3 matches and 1 non-match. Now, although technically that is a match, I'm not going to count it because it's not consecutive. Oh, excuse me. It's not 3 matches. It's 2 matches. Excuse me. 2 matches. And since we're working with random numbers, let's put in rand. Easy mode. All right. And rand got 1 match here. So you got 1 match and 2 non-matches. Y'all thought I was making a political commentary. I'm really just trying to live in fantasy land. Let's go with Matt. I am recording this a week before Jordan Con. Not going to be there this year. All right, I got a match there. Wow, Matt, your luck did not work out for you today, did it, buddy? And finally, you probably guessed it, Perrin. Perrin's going into easy mode. Perrin got a couple matches. Perrin got 2. All right. All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's go with Brian. Brian gets no matches. All right, Athens, Kharkov, Smolensk, Angora. Okay, let's go with Rand. Rand got no matches. 0 and 3. Matt, surely his luck will come through. No consecutive matches, no. Did I code that correctly there? IR equals 1 or IR is less than 4. If difficulty equals 1. Oh. Difficulty is the, if diffs of IP equals 1. That would explain why it wasn't doing that. It doesn't have the right value for diffs there. For diff singular. Okay. Got that fixed up. So let's see here. My phone, which is my stopwatch, is down to 8% battery life. So I'll wrap up in a few minutes since I don't have my stopwatch anymore. So let's see here. If diffs of IP, yes. Okay, and there's no more references to... There is another reference to diff down there. Ooh, shame, shame, shame. All right, let's make sure all the references to diff are appropriate. Diff. That's fine. In fact, I wonder if I should go ahead and change all these to diffs as well. Yeah, let's do that. Just in case. Copy. Paste. All right, let's see here. Find me diff with a space after it. That one's fine. 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 And that one's fine. Okay, cool. Oh, back to Europe. I think I closed my execution window there. Okay. 4 players. Brian. Easy mode. Brian gets 1 match. So I get 1 match and 2 non-matches. Enter. Let's see here. Let's go with, let's list some of my favorite authors that I'll be hobnobbing with here in this game. Mr. Jordan goes easy mode. Mr. Jordan is apparently not a Taviran. He gets 0 and 3. And then let's go with Piper. Easy mode. Didn't get any matches either. I mean, that's 50% probability. And who have I been enjoying lately? Sarah Moss. I just got into the Throne of Glass novels, and I'm really enjoying them. Let's see here. No matches. All right, let's try. This guy's in easy mode. No matches. 1 match. Okay. 1 match. Okay. Okay. No, it's working. Okay, yeah. These are, yeah, there's Athens is matching. I think it's there at JMOS actually. They're not, doesn't seem to be 50% of the time, but oh well. Okay, cool. So I'm going to take this as a success. Let me, I want to take this as a success, but let me tell you, let me put in a print statement. Getting it easy. Just to make sure that it is in fact entering these logic areas. Paste, F5. Let's see, who should this be? Let's make this one my, let's go with, let's make this one my some relatives. Oops, I told them Brian was the number of people playing. Ugh. All right. 3 people playing. Brian. Easy mode. Getting it easy. Okay, that did work. Although those aren't matching. That's okay. Bucharest, Vine, Lisboa, Budapest. Not working. What happened there? That's weird. Okay, so getting it easy. So it's entering this area where it says IC1 equals IC2. Oh, you know what? I never had it save IC1 and IC2 again. That would explain why it was occurring so much from the first one. Oh. I thought the title of this email was Teddy Graham Memories. I forgot to update this thing. IC2 last equals IC2. Then I need to put the same thing in below. Okay, yeah, and I put that in right before the routes dot append because that indicates that it's legit. Paste back. All right. All right, once again, F5, standing by. All right, let's go with 4 players. Let's have Brian. Easy mode. Brian got it easy all 3 times. Angora, 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 Angora. Let's type in Laura. Easy, getting it easy, getting it easy. Did not get it easy on the last one. Let's make this one a double date. Here's Kyle. Getting it easy on one of them. And then Emily with an E before the Y. Go. Also easy mode. Okay, cool. So this thing is kicking in easy mode appropriately. Not that I'm ever going to use the easy mode, I'm sure. Cool. Okay, awesome. So with some debugging and some confirmation, we have gotten this to work out. Let's delete that, delete that, delete that, and delete that. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do next with this project, I'm going to do a little bit of work off camera to turn this into a little bit more of a user-friendly experience. What I want to do there is I want to turn this into an actual graphical user interface GUI, so that way there will be buttons to press instead of having to enter so much, and you also won't have to type your name in quotation marks. I have most of the shell for that setup. I literally just need to import all of the route randomization and everything. And then what I'd like to do after that is that'll make it easier to have the computer keep track of which routes you have kept. And so I think that'll be very interesting. And then it's not just a route generator, but it's also a route tracker and can help you with scoring at the end of the game. So thank you so much for watching. This has been a fun code to make. It continues to be, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.